014 Zulu. Wind variable. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 1,600. Few clouds at 1,700. Ceiling 15,000 broken. Temperature 26. Dew point 25. QNH 1008. VFR conditions. Landing runways 02 center, 02 left. Departing runway 02 center. Transition level 130. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Quebec.
Wagon Air 507, IFR to Bali Airport.
Wagon Air 507, Singapore delivery, expect runway 02 center, IDBUD 1 Alpha departure. Squawk 2502.
IDBUD 1 Alpha departure. Squawk 2502. Wagon Air 507.
Wagon Air 507, read back correct. Contact ground 121.725 when ready for pushback or engine start.
We'll contact ground 121.725 when ready for pushback or engine start. Wagon Air 507, thanks.
Airbus 773 Heavy, looking to pick up our clearance to Suvarnabhumi.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Singapore delivery, expect runway 02 center, Mersing 6 Alpha departure. Squawk 5506.
Mersing 6 Alpha departure. Squawk 5506. Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.725 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.725 when ready for pushback or engine start. Airbus 773 Heavy, have a good afternoon.
Giant Ibis 9756, Gate Delta 41, request pushback and engine start. Giant Ibis 9756, Singapore ground, pushback approved. Face southeast. Pushback approved, face southeast, Giant Ibis 9756. Wagon Air 507, request taxi to the active. Wagon Air 507, runway 02 center taxi via Uniform 2, Uniform 9er, Tango, Tango 12. Runway 02 center taxi via Uniform 2, Uniform 9er, Tango, Tango 12, Wagon Air 507. Singapore 115, Gate Echo 6 taxi via Tango 6, Romeo 3, Romeo, Romeo 2.
Gate Echo 6 via Tango 6, Romeo 3, Romeo, Romeo 2, Singapore 115.
China Southern 3040. Gate Delta 38. Request pushback and engine start. China Southern 3040. Singapore ground. Pushback approved. Face northwest. Pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest. China Southern 3040. Giant type is 9756. Taxi for departure. Giant Ibis 9756. Runway 02 center taxi via Papa 7, Papa 5, Tango, Tango 12. Runway 02 center taxi via Papa 7, Papa 5, Tango, Tango 12, Giant Ibis 9756. Wagonair 507. Contact Singapore Tower 118.25. Have a good afternoon. Contact Tower 118.25. Wagonair 507. China Southern 3040. Request taxi. China Southern 3040. Runway 02 center taxi via Quebec. Tango, Tango 12. Runway 02 center taxi via Quebec. Tango, Tango 12. China Southern 3040.
Airbus 773 Heavy, at Gate Echo 26 request pushback.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Singapore ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Singapore 238 Heavy, Gate Bravo 9er taxi via Tango 5, Tango, Papa 5, Papa 1, Papa, Victor, Victor 13. Gate Bravo 9er via Tango 5, Tango, Papa 5, Papa 1, Papa, Victor, Victor 13, Singapore 238 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, request taxi.
Airbus 773 Heavy, runway 02 center taxi via Papa 7, Papa, Papa 6, Papa 5, Tango, Tango 1 2.
Runway 02 center taxi via Papa 7, Papa, Papa 6, Papa 5, Tango, Tango 1 2 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Giant Ibis 9756, contact Singapore Tower 118.25. Over the tower 118.25, Giant Ibis 9756. China Southern 3040, contact Singapore Tower 118.25, bye-bye. Over to Tower 118.25, China Southern 3040, bye-bye. Airbus 773 Heavy, contact Singapore Tower 118.25.
Contact Tower 118.25 Airbus 773 Heavy. Airbus 773 Heavy, holding short, runway 02 center.
Airbus 773 Heavy, number 2 for departure. Hold short of 02 center.
Wilco, hold short of 02 center for traffic, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Indonesia 836 Heavy, monitor ground 121.725.
Ground 121.725, Indonesia 836 Heavy.
China Southern 3040, Singapore Tower, wind variable, runway 02 center, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 02 center, cleared for takeoff, China Southern 3040.
Airbus 773 Heavy, runway 02 center, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 02 center, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Singapore Tower, wind variable, runway 02 center, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 02 center, cleared for takeoff, Airbus 773 Heavy.
China Southern 3040, contact Singapore departure 120.3.
Contact Singapore departure 120.3, China Southern 3040.
Singapore Tower, Cebu 805, RNAV runway 02 center.
V1.
Cebu 805, Singapore Tower, continue. Wilco, Cebu 805. Airbus 773 Heavy, contact Singapore departure 120.3.
Contact Singapore departure 120.3, Airbus 773 Heavy. Singapore departure, Airbus 773 Heavy, good afternoon, 1,900 feet.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Singapore departure, identified, climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Wagon Air 507, contact Singapore Center 12.
Beyond ATC connected.
Singapore departure, Airbus 773 Heavy, 2000 feet.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Singapore departure, identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, contact Lumpur Control 126.1.
Center on 126.1 Airbus 773 Heavy. Lumpur Control, Airbus 773 Heavy, through flight level 16 for flight level 190 direct Mersing.
Airbus 773 Heavy, reset transponder. Squawk 3225.
Squawk 3225 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Lumpur Control, radar contact, climb to flight level 400.
Climb to flight level 400 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Lumpur Control, Singapore 137, descending via RMR 1 Bravo, flight level 372.
Singapore 137, Lumpur Control, radar contact. Scooter 687, contact Singapore approach 124.05.
Contact Singapore approach 124.05, Scooter 687.
Lumpur Control, Malaysian 2593, good afternoon, flight level 300.
Malaysian 2593, Lumpur Control, identified. Singapore 509 Heavy, contact Singapore Center 123.7.
Center on 123.7, Singapore 509 Heavy. Have a good afternoon.
Lampu Control, Malaysian 850, flight level 320. Malaysian 850, Lampu Control, radar contact. Malaysian 804, contact Singapore Center 123.7, have a good afternoon.
Contact Singapore Center 123.7, Malaysian 804. Have a good afternoon.
Malaysian 850, you were assigned flight level 320. I show you at flight level 309. Climb to flight level 320.
Wilco, climb to flight level 320, Malaysian 850. Lumpur Control, Firefly 2753, flight level 380.
Firefly 2753, Lumpur Control, radar contact.
Lumpur Control, Wagon Air 556, flight level 336.
Wagon Air 556, Lumpur Control, good afternoon, identified, continue climb to flight level 340.
Continue climb to flight level 340, Wagon Air 556.
Redcat 5229, you were assigned flight level 300. I show you at flight level 289er. Climb to flight level 300. Roger, climb to flight level 300, Redcat 5229. Redcat 5229, Lumpur Control, expect Xerix 1 Golf, runway 32 right. Expect Xerix 1 Golf, runway 32 right, Redcat 5229. Wagon Air 556, you were assigned flight level 340. I show you at flight level 327. Climb to flight level 340.
Roger, climb to flight level 340, Wagon Air 556.
Airbus 773 Heavy, contact Lumpur Control 132.6.
Center on 132.6 Airbus 773 Heavy. Lumpur Control, Airbus 773 Heavy, through flight level 280 for flight level 400.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Lumpur Control, identified. Batik 7170, contact Lumpur Control 126.1. Center on 126.1, Batik 7170. Malindo 522, contact Bangkok Center 123.905.
Center on 123.905, Malindo 522.
Dynasty 5868 Heavy, contact Singapore Center 123.7.
Contact Singapore Center 123.7, Dynasty 5868 Heavy, bye-bye.
Malaysian 1397, Lumpur Control, expect Tulip 1 Golf, runway 32 right.
Expect Tulip 1 Golf, runway 32 right, Malaysian 1397.
Lumpur Control, Redcap 9274, flight level 100. Redcap 9274, Lumpur Control, radar contact.
Lumpur Control, Malaysian 759, good afternoon, flight level 360.
Malaysian 759, Lumpur Control, radar contact.
Lumpur Control, Transnusa 679, descending via Gupta 1 Golf, flight level 220.
Transnusa 679, Lumpur Control, radar contact. Malindo 2304, Rupos 1 Echo, runway 10. Report ready for descent.
Rupos 1 Echo, runway 10, ready for descent, Malindo 2304.
Malindo 2304, descent to 8,000 feet, QNH 1007.
Descend to 8,000 feet, Malindo 2304.
Redcap 9274, contact Lumpur Control 126.1, bye-bye.
Contact Lumpur Control 126.1, Redcap 9274.
Malindo 2304, contact Kota Beru approach 130.3.
Contact Kota Beru approach 130.3, Malindo 2304.
Lumpur Control, Redcat 5229, flight level 242.
Redcap 5229, Lumpur Control, identified. Continue climb to flight level 300.
Continue climb to flight level 300, Redcat 5229.
Redcap 5229, Sarax 1 Golf, runway 32 right. Report ready for descent.
Sarax 1 Golf, runway 32 right, ready for descent, Redcat 5229.
Redcap 5229, descend to flight level 170.
Descend to flight level 170, Redcat 5229.
Lumpur Control, rate cap 1729, flight level 370.
Red Cap 1729, Lumpur Control, radar contact. Singapore 421 Heavy, Lumpur Control, expect RMO 1 Bravo, runway 20 right. Expect RMO 1 Bravo, runway 20 right, Singapore 421 Heavy. Transmitter 679, descent to flight level 130.
Descent to flight level 130, transmitter 679. Red Cap 641, contact Lumpur approach 135.25. Contact Lumpur approach 135.25, Red Cap 641. Singapore 421 Heavy, contact Lumpur control 126.1. Contact Lumpur control 126.1, Singapore 421 Heavy, bye-bye. Malaysian 1397, descent to flight level 130. Descent to flight level 130, Malaysian 1397.
Malaysian 1397, contact Lumpur approach 135.25.
Contact Lumpur approach 135.25, Malaysian 1397.
Lumpur Control, Malaysian 850, flight level 225.
Malaysian 850, Lumpur Control, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 320.
Continue climb to flight level 320, Malaysian 850.
Red Cap 5229, descend to flight level 130.
Descend to flight level 130, Red Cap 5229.
Transnusa 679, contact Lumpur approach 135.25.
Contact Lumpur approach 135.25, Transnusa 679.
Thai Viet Jet 624, contact Lumpur control 126.1.
Contact Lumpur control 126.1, Thai Viet Jet 624.
Malaysian 759, you were assigned flight level 360. I show you at flight level 348. Climb to flight level 360.
Wilco, climb to flight level 360, Malaysian 759.
Vietnam Airlines 681, contact Lumpur approach 135.25.
Contact Lumpur approach 135.25, Vietnam Airlines 681.
Malaysian 850, Gupta 1 Golf, runway 32 right. Report ready for descent.
Gupta 1 Golf, runway 32 right, ready for descent, Malaysian 850.
Malaysian 850, descend to flight level 170.
Descend to flight level 170, Malaysian 850. Lumpur Control, Firefly Firefly 2753, descending by Global 1 Echo, flight level 224.
Firefly 2753, Lumpur control, identified.
Lumpur control, Wagon Air 556. Good afternoon, flight level 218.
Wagon Air 556, Lumpur control, identified.
Lumpur control, Malaysian 2593, flight level 223.
Malaysian 2593, Lumpur control, good afternoon, identified. Continue climb to flight level 300.
Continue climb to flight level 300. Malaysian 2593.
Wagon Air 556, Gupta 1 Golf, runway 32 right. Report ready for descent.
Gupta 1 Golf, runway 32 right, ready for descent. Wagon Air 556.
Wagon Air 556, descent to flight level 170.
Descent to flight level 170, Wagon Air 556.
Red Cap 6303, Lumpur control, expect Kakak 1 Golf, runway 33.
Expect Kakak 1 Golf, runway 33, Red Cap 6303.
Gulf Air 166 Heavy, Lumpur control, identified. Red Cap 5229, contact Lumpur approach 135.25. Contact Lumpur approach 135.25, Red Cap 5229. Red Cap 6227, contact Lumpur approach 135.25.
Contact Lumpur approach 135.25, Red Cap 6227.
Malaysian 850, descend to flight level 130.
Descend to flight level 130, Malaysian 850.
Airbus 773 Heavy, contact Bangkok Center 123.905, bye-bye.
Center on 123.905 Airbus 773 Heavy, have a good afternoon. Bangkok Center, Airbus 773 Heavy, flight level 400.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Bangkok Center, identified. Thai Asia 3009. Contact Phuket approach 120.7. Contact Phuket approach 120.7. Thai Asia 3009. Thai Asia 328, Bangkok Center. Expect London to 1 Echo, runway 04. Expect London to 1 Echo, runway 04. Thai Asia 328. Thai Asia 328. You were assigned flight level 390. I saw you at flight level 379er. Climb to flight level 390. We'll go, climb to flight level 390. Thai Asia 328.
Bangkok Center, Malaysian 780. Good afternoon. Flight level 123.
Malaysian 780, Bangkok Center, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 360.
Continue climb to flight level 360. Malaysian 780.
Knock Air 506. You were assigned flight level 350. I saw you at flight level 339er. Climb to flight level 350.
Wilco, climb to flight level 350, knock F506.
Bangkok Air 284. Contact Bangkok Center 120.5. Center on 120.5. Bangkok Air 284. Knock Air 506, Bangkok Center. Expect Pima 1 Bravo, runway 08.
Expect Pima 1 Bravo, runway 08, knock Air 506.
Thai Asia 351. Contact Lumpur Control 132.6.
Contact Lumpur Control 132.6. Thai Asia 351. Have a good afternoon.
Singapore 735. Contact Lumpur Control 132.6.
Contact Lumpur Control 132.6, Singapore 735.
Thai Asia 328, London 1 Echo, runway 04. Report ready for descent. London 1 Echo, runway 04, ready for descent. Thai Asia 328. Thai Asia 328, descend to flight level 140. Descend to flight level 140. Thai Asia 328.
Bangkok Center, Thai Asia 3115, flight level 379er.
Thai Asia 3115, Bangkok Center, identified. Thai 476 Heavy. Contact Bangkok Center 120.5. Bye-bye.
Contact Bangkok Center 120.5, Thai 476 Heavy. Bye-bye.
Bangkok Center, Mentary 715, good afternoon, flight level 360.
Mentari 715, Bangkok Center, identified. Malindo 522, contact Bangkok Center 120.5. Have a good afternoon.
Center on 120.5, Malindo 522. Bye-bye.
Thai Asia 328. Contact Lumpur Control 132.6. Centered on 132.6. Thai Asia 328. Knock Air 506, Pima 1 Bravo, runway 08. Report ready for descent.
Pima 1 Bravo, runway 08, ready for descent. Knock Air 506.
Knock Air 506, descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, knock Air 506.
Thai Asia 3115. Contact Bangkok Center 120.5.
Center on 120.5, Thai Asia 3115.
Airbus 773 Heavy. Contact Bangkok Center 120.5.
Center on 120.5 Airbus 773 Heavy. Bangkok Center, Airbus 773 Heavy, flight level 400.
Airbus 773 Heavy. Bangkok Center. Identified. Vietnam Airlines 607. Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1. Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1. Vietnam Airlines 607. Thai Asia 3110. Contact Bangkok Center 123.905. Contact Bangkok Center 123.905. Thai Asia 3110. Bangkok Air 164, descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, Bangkok Air 164.
Bangkok Center, Mentari 715, good afternoon, flight level 360.
Mentari 715, Bangkok Center, radar contact.
Bangkok Center, Thai Asia 3224. Good afternoon. Flight level 370.
Thai Asia 3224, Bangkok Center, radar contact. Bangkok Air 164, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1004.
Descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1004, Bangkok Air 164.
Bangkok Air 284, Bangkok Center, expect Levin 1 Charlie, runway 19er. Expect Levin 1 Charlie, runway 19er, Bangkok Air 284.
Bangkok Center, Air China 822. Good afternoon. Flight level 350.
Air China 822, Bangkok Center, identified.
Airbus 773 Heavy, approaching our top of descent, ready for descent.
Airbus 773 Heavy, Tamga 1 Charlie, runway 19er, descend to flight level 170.
Tamga 1 Charlie, runway 19er, descend to flight level 170, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Bangkok Air 164, descend to 9,000 feet.
Descend to 9,000 feet, Bangkok Air 164.
Bangkok Air 164, contact Suvarnabhumi, approach 119.1.
Contact Suvarnabhumi, approach 119.1, Bangkok Air 164.
Bangkok Center, Thai Asia 655, descending via Cemetery Alpha, flight level 221. Thai Asia 655, Bangkok Center, identified.
Bangkok Center, Jetstar Asia 513, good afternoon, flight level 340.
Jetstar Asia 513, Bangkok Center, radar contact. Bangkok Air 284, Lebin 1 Charlie, runway 19er. Report ready for descent. Lebin 1 Charlie, runway 19er, ready for descent, Bangkok Air 284. Bangkok Air 284, descend to flight level 180. Descend to flight level 180, Bangkok Air 284. Thai 476 Heavy, Bangkok Center, expect Tonga 1 Charlie, runway 19er.
Expect Tonga 1 Charlie, runway 19er, Thai 476 Heavy.
Bangkok Center, VHF 805, descending by Tonga 1 Charlie, flight level 150. VHF 805, Bangkok Center, identified.
Bangkok Center, Air China 959 Heavy, descending via Norta 1 Charlie, flight level 191.
Bangkok Air 284, descend to flight level 140. Descend to flight level 140, Bangkok Air 284. Air China 959 Heavy, Bangkok Center, identified. Thai Asia 3224, Bangkok Center, expect Sabatri Alpha, runway 21 right.
Expect Subai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right, Thai Asia 3224.
Myanmar 350, Bangkok Center, expect will 1C, runway 19er.
Expect row 1C, runway 19er, Myanmar 350.
Thai Asia 3115, Bangkok Center, expect Subai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right.
Expect Subai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right, Thai Asia 3115.
Thai 476 Heavy, Tonga 1 Charlie, runway 19er. Report ready for descent.
Tonga 1 Charlie, runway 19er, ready for descent, Thai 476 Heavy.
Thai 476 Heavy, descend to flight level 170.
Descend to flight level 170, Thai 476 Heavy.
Bangkok Air 284, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1004. Descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1004, Bangkok Air 284. VFJet 805, contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1. Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1, VFJet 805. Malindo 522, Bangkok Center, expect Subai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right.
Expect Subai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right, Malindo 522.
Thai Asia 3224, you were assigned flight level 370. I saw you at flight level 347. Climb to flight level 370.
Roger, climb to flight level 370, Thai Asia 3224.
Thai Asia 655, descend to flight level 130. Descend to flight level 130, Thai Asia 655. Thai Asia 3115, you were assigned flight level 380. I saw you at flight level 366. Climb to flight level 380.
Roger, climb to flight level 380, Thai Asia 3115.
Mentari 746, Bangkok Center, expect Adler 1 Alpha, runway 22.
Expect Adler 1 Alpha, runway 22, Mentari 746.
Bangkok Air 284, descend to 9,000 feet. Descend to 9,000 feet, Bangkok Air 284. Bangkok Air 284, Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1. Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1. Bangkok Air 284. Mentari 715, Bangkok Center. Expect Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right.
Expect Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right, Mentari 715.
Air China 959 Heavy. Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1.
Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1. Air China 959 Heavy.
Malindo 522, descend to flight level 220.
Descend to flight level 220, Malindo 522.
Thai Asia 3233, Bangkok Center. Expect Adler 1 Alpha, runway 22.
Expect Adler 1 Alpha, runway 22, Thai Asia 3233.
Mentari 715, you were assigned flight level 360. I saw you at flight level 349er. Climb to flight level 360.
Wilco, climb to flight level 360, Mentari 715.
Myanmar 350, will 1C, runway 19er. Report ready for descent.
Will 1C, runway 19er, ready for descent, Myanmar 350.
Myanmar 350, descend to flight level 180.
Descend to flight level 180, Myanmar 350.
Bangkok Center, Thai Asia 3210, good afternoon, descending via Cemetery Alpha, flight level 218. Airbus 773 Heavy, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1004.
Descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 100 for Airbus 773 Heavy.
Thai Asia 3210, Bangkok Center, identified. Jetstar Asia 513, you were assigned flight level 340. I saw you at flight level 329er. Climb to flight level 340.
Wilco, climb to flight level 340, Jetstar Asia 513. Bangkok Center, Vietnam Airlines 618, good afternoon, through 13,000 feet for flight level 160.
Vietnam Airlines 618, Bangkok Center, identified, climb to flight level 330.
Climb to flight level 330, Vietnam Airlines 618.
Thai Asia 3115, Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right. Report ready for descent.
Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right, ready for descent, Thai Asia 3115.
Thai Asia 3115, descend to flight level 220.
Descend to flight level 220, Thai Asia 3115.
Jetstar Asia 513, Bangkok Center. Expect Tonga 1 Charlie, runway 19er.
Expect Tonga 1 Charlie, runway 19er, Jetstar Asia 513.
Airbus 773 Heavy, descend to 9,000 feet.
Descend to 9,000 feet, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Thai Asia 3224, Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right. Report ready for descent.
Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right, ready for descent, Thai Asia 3224.
Thai Asia 3224, descend to flight level 220.
Descend to flight level 220, Thai Asia 3224.
Thai Asia 655, descend to flight level 090. Descend to flight level 090, Thai Asia 655. Mentari 715, Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right. Report ready for descent.
Sabai 3 Alpha, runway 21 right, ready for descent, Mentari 715.
Mentari 715, descend to flight level 220.
Descend to flight level 220, Mentari 715.
Thai Asia 655, contact downwind approach 133.0. Contact downwind approach 133.0, Thai Asia 655. Thai 476 Heavy, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1004.
Descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1004, Thai 476 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1.
Contact Suvarnabhumi approach 119.1 Airbus 773 Heavy. Suvarnabhumi approach, Airbus 773 Heavy, 9,900 feet. We have Romeo on board.
Airbus 773 Heavy Suvarnabhumi approach, QNH 1004. Expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19er.
QNH100 for expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, descend to 2,500 feet.
Descend to 2,500 feet, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Bangkok Air 284, turn left, heading 300, vectors for the approach. Turn left, heading 300, Bangkok Air 284. Airbus 773 Heavy, leave Monmouth heading 015. Expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19.
Leave Mumup heading 015. Expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, turn right, heading 015. Descend to 7,000 feet, vectors for the approach.
Turn right, heading 015, descend to 7,000 feet, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, descend to 5,000 feet.
Descend to 5,000 feet, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Bangkok Air 284, 3 miles from Levitt, turn left, heading 230. Maintain 2,500 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 19. Turn left, heading 230, 2,500 feet until established. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 19, Bangkok Air 284. VHJ 805, contact Suvarnabhumi Tower 118.2. Over the tower 118.2, VHJ 805. Airbus 773 Heavy, turn left, heading 310, descend to 3,000 feet.
Turn left, heading 310, descend to 3,000 feet, Airbus 773 Heavy.
Suvarnabhumi approach, Thai 476 Heavy, 9,800 feet. We have Romeo on board.
Thai 476 Heavy Suvarnabhumi approach, QNH1004, expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19.
QNH1004, expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19, Thai 476 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, 5 miles from Levitt, turn left, heading 230, maintain 2,500 feet until established. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 19.
Turn left, heading 230, 2,500 feet until established, cleared ILS Zulu runway 19 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Bangkok Air 284, contact Suvarnabhumi Tower 118.2. Over to Tower 118.2, Bangkok Air 284.
$2,500.
Suvarnabhumi approach, Thai 432 heavy, 9,800 feet with the numbers.
Thai 476 heavy, descend to 2,500 feet.
Thai 476 heavy.
Thai 432 heavy Suvarnabhumi approach, QNH1004, expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19er.
QNH1004 expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 19er, Thai 432 heavy.
Airbus 773 heavy, contact Suvarnabhumi Tower 118.2. Have a good afternoon.
Over to Tower 118.2 Airbus 773 Heavy. Suvarnabhumi Tower, Airbus 773 Heavy, ILS Zulu runway 19er.
Airbus 773 heavy, Suvarnabhumi Tower, continue.
Wilco, Airbus 773 Heavy.
$2,000. $1,000.
Airbus 773 heavy, wind 220 at 5, runway 19er cleared to land.
Runway 19er cleared to land, Airbus 773 Heavy.
$500. 400. $300. 100 above. 200. Minimum 100. 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Airbus 773 Heavy, exit right at Bravo 10.
Exit right at Bravo 10 Airbus 773 Heavy.
Airbus 773 Heavy, contact ground 121.65, bye-bye.
Ground 121.65 Airbus 773 Heavy. Airbus 773 Heavy, request taxi to allocated gate.
Airbus 773 Heavy, gate Charlie Tree taxi via Bravo H, Bravo, Charlie 7, Hotel, Hotel 4, Tango 7.
Gate Charlie 3 via Bravo 8, Bravo, Charlie 7 Hotel, Hotel 4 Tango 7 Airbus 773 Heavy.